Donald Trump just denounced his own supporters for asking him to release the Epstein files, and then he called them weaklings and said he doesn't need their support anymore. So here's some of what Trump posted in a giant Truth Social rant this morning, in which he claims the Jeffrey Epstein files are the latest Democratic hoax. Here's what he said, quote, "Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters have bought into this BS hook, line, and sinker." And then he goes on to call his supporters weak, saying the following, quote, "Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work, because I don't want their support anymore." So that is Donald Trump disavowing his own base and calling them weaklings for asking him to release the files that he promised he would release while he was campaigning. I mean, are you guys tired of being played yet, MAGA? He played you, and he thinks you're weak and stupid.
Trump is lashing out, not at his enemies, but at his own supporters. Why? Because they are demanding answers about the Epstein files. People in his base are finally asking for truth and accountability about the most disturbing scandal in US history. And instead of standing with them, Trump called them stupid and weaklings. Remember, this was the same man who once called Epstein a traffic guy, and now he's mocking anyone who dare ask questions. What is he so afraid of?
Donald Trump is furious, not at Democrats, but at his own supporters over the Jeffrey Epstein story. So for years now, Trump has promised to release Jeffrey Epstein's client list if he became president again. It's the list of the powerful people allegedly tied to Epstein's human trafficking ring. Then about a month ago, Trump's own attorney general said she's got the list. It's on her desk. She's reviewing it, and she's releasing it shortly. A week ago, supporters are going, okay, where's the list? The White House says, there's no list. And they're like, what do you mean there's no list? He goes, no, there's no list. There's nothing to release. And they're like, well, she said it was on her desk. Well, Trump then this weekend flip-flopped again and said, oh, there's a list. But it's fake news. It was created by President Obama and the Democrats, and it's fake, so I'm not going to release it. Which, let's be honest, pretty much screams that the list implicates Donald Trump himself. Today, Trump is lashing out again. In a scorched earth social media post this morning, Trump called MAGA outrage over Epstein bullshit and a scam by Democrats. He said his own MAGA critics were, quote, past supporters who'd bought the Epstein lie hook, line, and sinker. And he doesn't even want their support anymore. Mind you, Trump's the one who sold his supporters on the Epstein files to begin with. He's the one who kept promising in the election, I'm going to release them. So this morning, Trump tells a reporter that the Epstein story was, quote, pretty boring stuff, and that only really bad people want to know more. Let's watch the video.
But I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring. Really only pretty bad people, including fake news, want to keep something like that.
Now, Trump is, of course, using his old playbook. When something looks bad, blame the Democrats. But here's the twist. The backlash started inside his own MAGA base. Many feel betrayed, and Democrats only piled on afterwards once they smelled political blood in the water. Trump is betting he can convince his followers of anything and that they'll stick with him no matter what. But calling your own base weaklings and saying only really bad people care about Epstein, that's a risky move even for Trump. So what do you think? Is Trump hiding something big, or is this yet another diversion away from an even bigger scandal? Because a great nation deserves the truth. I'm John Aravosis reporting from Washington.
Donald Trump just isn't getting it. This morning he said we were stupid, foolish. We were being tricked by the Democrats. That we're ignoring all of his accomplishments. We just don't understand, and that we're weak. And that if we don't just go along, he doesn't want our support. If we're still going to keep pursuing this Epstein list. I think he's misunderstanding his base. And I think he's misunderstanding Christian values. We don't care about all the good things you've done if you're hurting children. We don't care about all those things. We want to know who in our government is hurting children. Jesus felt very strongly about the next generation and protecting the innocent. And Jesus would say it this way in Matthew 18. He said, whoever humbles himself like a child is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever receives one such child in my name receives me. Whoever causes one of these little ones who believes in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a great millstone fastened around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world for temptation to sin. Or woe to the world for temptation to sin. We care about the innocent. We care about protecting our children. We care about the next generation. We care about their salvation and their souls and their futures. If that's a problem for you, then yeah, you do have a problem with us. And you've completely misinterpreted your own base.
So Trump goes on his Truth Social and does his little tirade, and now he's calling the Jeffrey Epstein files a scam, a hoax. Once again, back to those terms. But the more interesting thing that the alleged President Donald Trump said was, he told his followers, those who support him, if they believe the Epstein files, he doesn't want your support anymore. And you know what? This is not the first time he said something like this. The first time was when he said, vote for me and you'll never have to vote again. And now he's telling you, I don't need your support. I don't want your support. That's what you mean to Donald Trump. The alleged president doesn't give a shit about his own supporters, his own voter base, none of it. He only cares about himself. He said it himself. I don't want your support anymore. What more evidence do you need that the alleged president is not for you? He's not America first. He is Trump first and Trump only. And his little billionaire buddies that he's dragging along for the ride. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's not about you. It's about him. It's not about America. It's about Trump. Like, share, follow for more. This is Grim with Get the Rant, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Donald Trump called his supporters weaklings. He said they are weaklings and dumb if they keep talking about Jeffrey Epstein. He says Epstein, the story is bullshit and everyone should move on. It's a big scam. And this is crazy. It's a very long message. You can read it for yourself right here if you want to take a screenshot or pause it. But Trump supporters, think about what this means. He's comparing the Jeffrey Epstein files to the laptop from hell from Russia, and the Steele dossier, and he's comparing it to the 2020 election and 2016 election. All these other conspiracies you believe in. These are all situations where Donald Trump lied to you, but you never asked any questions because you trusted your president and your government blindly. You never asked for any evidence of the 2020 election. You believed it was stolen. You never asked for any evidence of Jeffrey Epstein. Now we don't know what to believe. Donald Trump acts really shaky when this topic comes up, and he's comparing it to these other situations, which these are fake. These never happened either, but you have been propagandized. Pick one. Donald Trump is either on the list, he's in these videos, and something crazy happened, or every single thing Trump has said is a complete lie, and he used this case of so many children being abused for political gain. Either way you cut it, it makes Donald Trump extremely terrible and a disgusting human being. He is not your savior. Please drop a like, repost this video so more people see it, and follow my page.
So, MAGA, you've just been denounced by Donald Trump because you asked him to release the Epstein files, which he promised you that he would release when he took office. Not only did he denounce you, he called you weak. He called you weak. And he also said he doesn't even need your support anymore. On his giant rant on Truth Social, he said that my past supporters bought the Epstein files hook, line, sinker. Bought it and just decided that they were going to defect and switch sides and not support him anymore. Is that true? Is that true, MAGA? I've seen people burning their hats. I've seen ICE agents quitting. Is that true? He said, let these weaklings continue forward because I don't want their support anymore. So I'm asking MAGA and all those who said, hey, the Epstein files need to be released and you felt betrayed, I'm asking you, do you still support Donald Trump?
While Israel's off bombing Damascus, President Trump is saying that he no longer wants the support of any of the people who voted for him that is now questioning these Epstein files and that it's all a scam. Just about an hour ago, President Trump posted on his Truth Social that the radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt again, just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. And even the Russia scam itself, a totally fake and made-up story used in order to hide crooked Hillary Clinton's big loss in the 2016 presidential election. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats have. They are no good at governing, no good at policy, and no good at picking winning candidates. Also, unlike Republicans, they stick together like glue. Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will, even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years. I have had more success in 6 months than perhaps any president in our country's history, and all these people want to talk about is Epstein, blah, blah, blah. Now, regardless of President Trump no longer wanting our support, I think the majority of us are still united in this. And Tucker Carlson is going to have a live, in-depth review of the Epstein case, the entirety of it, tomorrow on his channel at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the historian. So I guess check it out. God bless, and God bless America.
President Donald Trump is disowning supporters who are demanding the release of the Jeffrey Epstein files, calling them weaklings in a blistering Truth Social post. He wrote, "My past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker, and I don't want their support anymore." Trump accused them of doing the Democrats' work and warned them not to speak of his incredible and unprecedented success. It's the sharpest rebuke yet from Trump to a faction of his own base as Epstein conspiracy theories divide the MAGA movement. This is not the last time we're going to hear about this. Please follow for more updates as this story continues to unfold.
It's hysterical seeing all the libtards not get the 3070 chess Trump is playing with the Epstein files. Like, man, just Dems are going to look so stupid when they realize, Trump only did those kids to see if Epstein, a deep state Democrat, would do them too. He was only method acting as a predator. He's the Daniel Day-Lewis of sex crimes. He studied under Kevin Spacey. This was the most hugest successful undercover operation in the history of our country. Trump had to go as far as buying his own teenage beauty pageant and walking into the locker rooms unannounced just to see if Epstein would cheer him on. He had to test Epstein's pervert reflexes in the field. Now, all the libs saying, why would Trump fly on Epstein Airlines 7 times? Think, libtards, think, okay? I know it's hard. The first 6 times were just to build rapport. It's textbook Chris Hansen. You gotta groom the groomer, all right?
Just think about it. You follow someone blindly because he promised to make America great again, and that same person is on his platform calling you guys his supporters stupid and weaklings, and also telling you guys he does not need your votes anymore, and he's not even pretending anymore. You guys put him in office. Now Trump is showing you guys exactly who is in control. The funny part of all this is not leadership. This is betrayal in plain sight.